Why is it so important to know your ideal client? Surely it's easier just to put your marketing out there and hope it works. Someone will buy from you eventually. When you're not sure who you're selling to and why they'd buy from you, you end up selling to everyone and anyone, which means your marketing is vague, too vague to be understood, so it gets ignored. The thing is, you want to know who it is that you're selling to, so that you can make more of an impact with your marketing by putting it in the right place for those that want what you offer. I'm Tracey Tait, and in this video I'm going to show you how to identify your ideal client so that you can get better results for your marketing because you know what content to create and where to put it for the best impact. The first part to understanding your audience so that you can create your version of who your ideal client is to get clear on what problem you solve for them. Then you can tell them you know what it is. That niggle, that concern, problem, issue, thorn in their side, pain in their you know what. It's not enough to say that you want to just go to the next level to grow their business or to get a bit more fit. They want to feel better or more confident. It's important that you're specific about what their problem is. And that's where your marketing message really helps. When you have a clear, easy to understand and a simple message, you'll stop the scrollers on social media and they'll want to start to have a conversation with you. So why do you want to have a clear, easy to understand and simple marketing message? Well, when you use a message that's, a tad vague and leaves your ideal client wondering and pondering what on earth it is that you do, that's not what you want, because they'll keep on looking and pass you and your business by. So if you want to really get a clear, simple marketing message out there, I've created a video to help you to create your marketing message, so you'll never get stuck with how to answer what you do, who for, and why ever again. I'll pop the link to that video below. So let's think about your audience then. What's the problem that they have that you help them to solve? Get clear on that, and then you can tell them in your marketing. Where can you start researching your ideal client? A great place to start is with the demographics of your ideal client. You're probably thinking, why is it good to know the demographics around my ideal client? This information will help you to target them more easily. They'll help you make better decisions about how and where you build and engage with your ideal client with your marketing. So what exactly are demographics? Well, some of them are, but they're not completely limited to. It could be their age, so how old are they? It could be their gender. Are they male, female, fluid, trans, non-binary? What's their marital status? So are they single, engaged, married, cohabiting, divorced? Do they have children? How many? How old are the children? What hobbies do they have? Location. So this could be either where they live or around where they work. What's their occupation? So their job or their career. Do they have a specific job title? Do you need to know their annual income? Okay, you're probably thinking, come on Trace, why on earth is knowing this kind of stuff useful and helpful? Well, let's have a look at how demographics can play their part. Let's imagine you sell stair lifts. And you know that the majority of your potential clients, they are going to be older people. So you might not then spend your time on the latest social media platform trying to attract your clients. And you wouldn't be putting flyers through the doors of those that live in bungalows. They've got no stairs. Or you wouldn't hand flyers out to those outside of a nightclub where it's predominantly younger people that hang out. Here's another example of demographics at work. Let's imagine that you own a soft play business. So your clients are those that have younger children, perhaps under the age of 11 or 12. So to get noticed, you could be on social media and engaging with other social media accounts that your ideal client likes that are around and related to children's activities. You'd also want to know when the school holidays are in your area. And you wouldn't be promoting your soft play business to people that lived hundreds of miles away. You'd want to be attracting those that live within a reasonable distance to travel to your soft play business. So being able to identify the key demographics of your audience actually gives you a great starting point to building up a picture of them to help you know where to put or not put your marketing. So, what does your ideal client want? When you know what they want, you can then begin to see how what you offer will help them or not. In the next few slides, we're going to dig a bit deeper and find out more about what's going on for them. So, what challenges do they face? So these are the testing and the niggling problems that they're trying to overcome. So an example might be, well, perhaps they're struggling to build their audience so that they can get more leads and more sales. So what are their pain points in all of this? What's going on for them? Well, there's a few bits to this part of the process. These can be problems that they have. Perhaps it's hang-ups that they maybe have about themselves, and also any objections that they might have to buying or working with you. So let's break this one down. You need to know and understand the problems and challenges they have. So let's consider a busy mum who has a toddler, and for her feeding time can be so hectic, especially when their darling little cherub won't eat vegetables. So for her, what are some of her problems and challenges? Well, mealtimes, God, they're going to feel like a battle. Perhaps she might feel guilty because she's not given her little one the vitamins and minerals it needs to grow up healthy and strong. She might even be worried about what other people will be thinking of her. She's maybe frustrated and tired because she's tried every trick in the book and nothing works. Her toddler will not eat vegetables. Now, if you could help her with these problems and challenges, what's actually now stopping her buying or working with you? So consider what her objections to buying or working from you could be. It might be that she feels like a failure as a mum asking for help. It might be what others would think about her. She doesn't believe that she should be paying for something that she should be able to work out for herself. And when we know and understand these objections, again, we can talk about them in our marketing to really help us to connect with our ideal client. So perhaps you're now beginning to see that when you know this level of detail about your ideal client, how powerful it can be in your marketing. And that can be what really makes all the important difference in the connections that you create with your audience and your ideal client. So where does your ideal client hang out? Where do they look for their information? Now, the cry I hear from many of my clients is, well, they can't find potential clients or they're not being found by clients. My best advice is to be where they are, be where your ideal client is, and to be where they're looking for information that helps with the problems that they have. And this can be summed up by being in two places, online and offline. So you can make a list of where your ideal client is and also where they're looking for information, so you can put your marketing there for them to find it. So is it on social media? If so, which platforms? Is it networking events? If so, are you attending? Is it podcasts? Could you potentially be invited as a guest to talk to your ideal audience? Now maybe it's offline, so is it magazines? Is it radio? So really think about where it is that your ideal client is hanging out and also where they're looking for their information and expecting to find you. Let me help you get more leads and clients. Remember to subscribe and click for notifications of my new videos. Like it, share it, and tell others about it too.